Jackson. I'm the founder of Teen Moms Matter, and Teen Moms Matter is a organization I started to rewrite the narrative for young moms. This summer, we had moms who went through, some horrendous things, to say the least, that were unexpected, that weren't planned, but they still showed up to camp. Shout out to the moms that signed up and that showed up with us in spite of, and maybe even because of, the challenges that they were going through. One of our moms brought her baby to camp, her 5-month-old baby to camp, and still launched her first business idea. And these moments showed me what real leadership looks like. So my entire organization, Teen Moms Matter, is about redefining what leadership looks like. I don't want us to think about leadership as solely someone who shows up in a business suit and a 3-piece suit with a briefcase. I want us to think about leadership in our community. What it looks like with that young mom who's trying to figure out how she's going to get approved to the college she wants to go to, or how she's going to pay for the college that she wants to go to, or who is trying to figure out how to become independent of her parents because she doesn't want to put extra burden financially, mentally, emotionally on her family. And she's trying to figure out how to, survive in really an insurvivable world. I want to highlight the resilience and the impact. You see, I was a teen mom my senior year of high school. So when I was 17, I walked down the aisle to get my diploma, and I was almost close to my 8th month of pregnancy. So I always tell people, in June I graduated, in October I was giving birth, and I did not have a support system. So I've been there, but I've also been the person who has had 6-figure businesses. I've also been the person who has able to move out of bad neighborhoods and raise my children in the suburbs and send them to good schools. So what I want you to understand is that the resiliency that's in a lot of these girls to overcome no matter what the odds are, right? To progress no matter what the problem looks like, right? The resiliency that's in these girls can't be measured. It really can't be formulated into words where you would even understand it. It's just something you have to experience spiritually by being around them. And I'm saying that from experience. So understand that when you pour into programs like this, you are investing in that impact. Resiliency is impact, right? Giving a girl providing a young adult leader with the ability to pay for her childcare, right? So she can go to school, so she can go to a information program, providing a mom with funds so she can pay for childcare, so she can go to an information session and learn about that engineering career she may want to get into, or learn about that plumbing career that she's interested in, or find out what she needs to do to sign up for that electrician program that's being sponsored by the city, but she now wants to get into it because that will create a ripple effect of change for her and her child. Now she's on now she's creating something in her life that's going to be a catalyst for her funds, for her income. She can move her and her child from poverty to a income bracket where she's a tax bracket where she's able to now take care of her child. She can move from the inner city to a better part of the city, or if it's her goal to move her child to a neighborhood where he'll go to a better school because the school has an arts program, now she can do that because she enrolled in the electrician program. So you have to understand that every time you invest into programs, or a program, or I'm gonna say this program because I can't speak for anybody else's, but I could just speak for mine. When you invest into this program, that's what you're doing. That's the results that you're creating, right? It's childcare, it's mentorship, it's transportation, it's financial literacy. When I tell my girls or my young adult leaders that we're going to events or we're doing things, they don't pay for transportation. I'm transporting them from wherever they are, or I'm providing, let me not say that, I'm not the one driving, I'm not transporting them, but I'm the one or our program is the one that's funding the Uber or the gas money or the car to get them from point A to point B. And they're safely safely in transportation that takes them from their neighborhood to the event that we're hosting or holding for that day. So that's what I want you to understand. That's the part that I want you to get. This is a foundation for legacy we're talking about. This is how organizations, this is how nonprofits, this is how executive directors of Fortune 500 companies, this is how program directors, this is how your CSR program for your particular company, this is how banks can invest and build futures. This is how you build futures. So my personal vision for, what's next and what we're going to do next is this. We've completed the summer camp. We are, the girls have completed it. They've graduated. We still have like some celebration that we're going to do, but we're moving into our fall programming. So what we're going to do is towards the end of October, early November, we'll move into our fall program. Our children have gone back to school, so it's time to bring school to these young adult leaders, these next generation leaders, so they can learn entrepreneurship skills, so they can learn life skills, so they can learn how to care for themselves, take care of themselves, how to elevate themselves to the next level, so they can learn how to carry themselves, how to improve hygiene if that's a goal that they have. A lot of my adult leaders, my young adult leaders, they want to know, like I said, how to be independent. So we teach them things like how to apply for your first apartment, what you need to lease an apartment. We help them open bank accounts. We help them understand how to read a lease, how to get their IDs, right? So all of these different things need to happen because you have to also remember, for many different reasons, these families were broken up. And these young adult leaders don't always have the people in their lives who care enough to teach them these things, or they do have someone in their life who does care deeply to teach them these things, but they're limited with time because they're one person, whether that's a single dad, whether that's a single mom, depending on what the situation is or what the family dynamic looks like. So a lot of our young adult leaders have support, but they're limited because of time and they're only one person, or they don't have a huge support system, or our young adult leaders don't have support at all because maybe their parents are dealing with generational trauma that was never healed, never made whole, never rectified, and they don't even know how to teach the next generation how to stand on their feet because they were never taught how to stand on their own 2 feet. So you're dealing with trauma that goes across generations and decades. And I'm saying all that to say my personal vision for what's next is I want to continue to produce, and I'm going to continue to produce these programs. So we're going into our fall program. We're going to do something similar to what we did in the summer, which was the summer workshop, but we're going to do like a fall back to school version of it. So I'll have more information on that coming soon. I do have an expo in the works. I do have a docuseries coming in the works. I do have a book coming in the works, but we're going to do one thing at a time, one step at a time. And I invite you to partner with us or partner with me here at Teen Moms Matter if this is of interest to you. So we're inviting 2 more partners to step in this month. Legacy isn't survival. It's success over statistics. And these young adult leaders are living proof. So if you know someone who wants to bring this to their organization, or if you are an organization who wants to bring this to your young moms, to your teen moms, to your young adult leaders, reach out to me, get in contact with me. You can easily send me an email or send me a DM and reach out and we can have a conversation. Before I wrap up, I want to leave you with this. When that young mom brought her 5-month-old baby to camp and still launched her first business idea, it reminded me that sponsorship isn't charity, it's infrastructure. That kind of support covers, like I mentioned, childcare, mentorship, and transportation, and it builds futures. Not just for her, but for her child. That's legacy. So right now, I'm opening the door for 2 more partners this month who believe in building legacies with us. If you're a bank, if you're an organization, or a leader who's ready to co-create the future, I'd love to talk. DM me, email me, Courtney, Courtney at teammomsmatter.com, or just hit the link in my bio. There's multiple ways to get in contact with me. And to my moms that are listening, leadership is already in you. You heard me say the childhood that I came from. Resilience is, I don't think resilience is something you learn. It's something that is born through you as you live this journey and as you go on your walk. You're not waiting for permission to rise. You are a success over statistics. All right. Thank y'all for spending this time with me. Stay close. The next big thing is coming. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good rest of your Monday, and I will see you for the next video.